Blaze Madison, Allison can't tell it all. 24 minutes after 8. Good morning. Thanks for plugging in on the morning wake up with Salah and Tabby this morning. You feel like life is a little bit busy at the moment and you just need to step back and maybe recharge. Maybe the word retreat has popped into your head. Wow, we got you covered this morning because in studio right now is the head of marketing from Ōrama Christian Trust. We welcome in studio Chris Ewing. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We are great now that you're in studio, my friend.
So good.
Now, it's all about, well, it's a lot more than retreats. But when I hear the word retreat, there's a lot of things that come into my mind, you know? So you tell us, what is a retreat, my friend?
What is a retreat? Well, retreat is really a step back from life, isn't it? It's an opportunity to really take a break and recharge the batteries. Oh, your intro was perfect, actually. You should have my job. But no, at Ōrama, we have these great men's and women's retreats, and it's an opportunity to step away, you know, from the busyness of life for a few days and really recharge the batteries and have fellowship with other like-minded believers. And it's amazing. There's all kinds of structured activities, but there's opportunities to really connect with God at a deeper and more meaningful level as well. So good. Highly recommend going.
What kind of activities do you do on a retreat? Like, how do you make sure that it's not too packed and busy and full of activities, but also not too boring?
Well, a lot is up to you, actually.
What's boring?
Well, you know, you don't want it to be absolutely nothing, but yeah.
So the best way to describe it is there's some fixed ideas, there's some fixed blocks of time and opportunities to get together, especially around meals. And I'm not sure if you've been to Ōrama yourself, but the catering is next level. The food there is so good.
Ryan's there, right?
Ryan, yeah, that's right. No,
He's
no,
our
been
man.
there.
Yeah.
But outside of that, Ōrama is set up with something called OMAC, which is Ōrama's Marine Education Centre. And they've got so much cool stuff there. As somebody coming over to the island for a retreat, you can really grab it and go. And there's so many hiking and walks. So if you just want to disappear off and do your own thing for a little while, you can totally do that. But yeah, there's those opportunities to connect with others and especially around some structured moments and a little bit of worship and stuff as well. So
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. I mean, the foundation is faith-based around Ōrama. How do you do that? How do you connect with God while you're on a retreat?
Yeah, well, a lot of that really comes back to why Ōrama was started right back in the 1960s by Neville and Dorothy Winger. They really prayed into this place. And over decades, you know, there's been so much activity, Christian activity. There was a Bible school that was run there for a little while. They've got this great chapel, which is set up at the back. And you're supported by really this on-site faith community as well. So everything that runs from the island really is grounded in solid biblical teaching and very faith-based.
What's some of the things that you have coming up for Ōrama?
So the current retreats, there's a women's retreat in May, which is really exciting. So that's not far away, but there are some great retreats as well. There's a men's and a women's retreat that's happening in August and September later in the year. So those are the ones that will fill up fast and probably worth getting onto as quickly as possible.
Talk to us about Grace Point.
Grace Point is really exciting, and that's something that's come out of really talking with people that have attended some of our retreats. And what we realised is that everybody's so unique and everybody's struggling with stuff that is so personal to them. And sometimes you need some wraparound services outside your immediate community. So Grace Point really provides an opportunity for someone to give us a call or connect with us and go, look, I need some help in this area. And we'll design something that will support that person. So immediately, some of the things that come to mind are like burnout. You know, if you're in a busy, corporate job, sometimes the pressures get too much and sometimes you just need that moment to step back. And so we can obviously provide some pastoral care on the island. We can give you as much room and freedom as you want, but we can also wrap some really cool support services around there if needed as well.
It's very, very cool.
If you have somebody on your retreat and they kind of are suffering from quite intense burnout, how do you even go about approaching that? Because I imagine a week doesn't necessarily fully fix that, but it might start something.
Yeah, and I think a lot is driven by the individual themselves. You know, when we try and create as many opportunities as possible that if people need that one-on-one support, we're approachable. You know, the guys are just lovely on the island. They've got a lot of experience and pastoral experience as well there. So there's a lot of expertise and a lot of skill set that can work with people on that.
A couple more questions from us. We love to look at success stories. We've spoken about the Ōrama retreats before on the morning wake up. Has anyone come up to you, or there been any personal testimonies of how the impact of the Ōrama retreats have impacted their lives post-retreat?
So many. In fact, some of our staff on the island now are actually people that have done retreats in the past, and they've really found this purpose and this connection, not wanting to leave. And so many people come and just say they've never experienced anything like that before. And a lot is the location. You know, there's something to be said around stepping out of your day-to-day and actually going somewhere, which is just beautiful. It's everything you would expect New Zealand to be as a tourist, that when you build that picture in your mind about the mountains and the ranges and the water and the ocean and everything, that's what Ōrama is.
That's beautiful.
If people want to go on one of these retreats, where do they go to find out more?
So the best place to go is our website, ōrama.nz. That has everything about the upcoming retreats and also the other programs that we run from the island. And also there's accommodation there that if you're not interested in a retreat and you just want to come and experience that, you can book your own place to stay and really sort yourself out and do what you want there.
Wow.
Yeah, girls and women, there's a retreat coming up, kicking off on the 9th of May. So if you want to register for that, ōrama.nz. I mean, you know, just the way Chris is describing things, I think we need a retreat.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? You're going on a retreat. You don't need one.
I'll go on another one. I'll go on the one in August.
So jump onto the website, ōrama.nz. Chris, we thank you for coming on board, mate. Appreciate
Pleasure to be here.